Welcome, everyone at home. If you're listening or watching on YouTube or iTunes, I want to thank you so much for joining us on this crazy, excellent adventure that we call Black Only Podcast. This is episode 54. Oh my God, I fucked something up because I'm echoing. And the title of this is Blood Pacts Have Been Made, the Black Only Collective is Born. And it's spelled out Pax as in like P-A-X, a little clever thing there.
Oh shit.
Clever. I see what you did there.
And today I'm joined by two other special guests. There's also another one on the way, and potentially another one. Some of us are still coming back from PAX. I just got a text message from my boy Ratana saying he's heading out. I've been gone, bro. We're going a long time ago. So my first guest is someone that you guys at home already recognize, have already seen before. This is It's Yodu.
What's up, guys? How are you?
Yeah. And we got my man, Murder in the Third.
What up, yo?
And before we get into anything, I want to let people at home know that, Murder in the Third is somebody that I've been playing games with for quite some time, a number of years. A couple years. And he started his YouTube channel not too long ago. And he is also part of the Black Only Collective, in addition to It's Yodu, which many of you guys know. But just real quick, I want you guys to plug you guys' channels and outlets and ways that people can contact you. So, It's Yodu, how can people get more of that pretty face?
You can follow me on Instagram or Tumblr or Twitter. Remembered it this time. Well, I remembered it. I have a knack of forgetting my Twitter, but it's on Instagram and Tumblr. It's Yodu. It's ITSYORU. On Twitter, it's Chris CHRIS _ Lazcano LAZCANO, and just come by, follow, and we're gonna be live and having fun.
Hell yeah. And how can people find your content, Mr. Murder in the Third?
Well, just by going on YouTube for Murder in the Third currently. I'm gonna get set up with some more game accounts for some other stuff just to really get into social media. I'm kind of off the grid on social media right now just because I'm just worried about work and trying to do some videos here and there. I got a ton on the way, so I'm just looking for where to put them right now, but we can talk about that later.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Got lots of stuff.
For sure.
But yeah, it's one of those things where I was kind of the last generation before the social media thing took off. We all were, I guess, but you guys got into it, and I was one of those old fart types. Didn't want to get in.
Yeah, and the beautiful. I mean, I totally get and understand why some people, you in this case, don't really want to put too much of that out there because, of course, employment, for example, some people might be like, oh, why are you posting lewd things on YouTube? Like they might try to tie it to you, but usually if you're I actually don't even know. I was gonna say if you end up only just going by tags that are specific to like the gamer, like Murder in the Third, for example, the only way they'll ever know it's you is if they literally go looking for Murder in the Third and just happen to find you,
Yeah. No, I mean, it's one of those things where, I want to maintain the I guess the facade or whatever you want to call it, where there's that mystery of who am I really and that kind of thing. It's cool. But you're right. I mean, you know my business. I mean, Chris, I don't believe you know my stuff. I think this is the first time we're meeting, so really just like I am in a professional situation as well. So I want to.
That's totally fine.
Make two separate. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But hey, I'm still an open book as to my life. It's just my professional side. I'm trying to keep the two separate.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Makes total sense.
Yep.
And for the people at home who are wondering who our other guests are going to be, we will have Dream Manifested on the line, and I'm hoping to have KKosaurus I believe he did say he was going to be able to make it, but I don't know if I actually got verification for today that it would happen. And speaking of the devil, we have the one and only Dream Manifested on the line.
What's good?
Yeah.
And so I was actually just explaining to people at home who these fine gentlemen are. So, who is Dream Manifested? What do you got going on, and where can people go to find more of your content? Aside from, of course, the Black Only Collective, which we will talk about in just a few seconds.
So we haven't gotten there. I didn't miss that part. Good. All right. Well, this Dream Manifested, I met Will actually on one of his videos on YouTube when he was unboxing his big ass Cintiq. What you got, 22, 24, whatever it is, big shit. And I was, at first I was hating. I was like, you know what? We're not gonna go around the hate. Let me extend my, what's up, man? What's good?
I'm mad your first reaction was to be a hater.
And so we have similar interests in gaming and all that. But as far as being able to find me, Twitch at Dream Manifested, IG Dream Manifested, DeviantArt Dream Manifested, YouTube also Dream Manifested. I do have some partners it's all Dream Manifested. I do have some partners. We have a group called GameHow. It's kind of on the back burner right now. We got some things we need to work on together as a unit to devise a direction right now. But that's to come. Big things in store there. But yeah.
Good stuff. And that segues really well into what I want to talk about before we get into the rest of the podcast. So, people at home, many of you know that I've been, running this gaming channel, doing collaboratives with a podcast, for example, where I bring people together. Sometimes we get some, people from within the gaming industry in different capacities, like developers, or we'll get voice actors, or we'll get, really huge live streamers or YouTubers. And one of the things that literally just started last week was something called the Black Only Collective. Now, if you go into YouTube and you just type in Black Only Collective, miraculously enough, it's the first thing that shows up. You can go there and you can see what it is that was set up. And so essentially, this is a hub that you can go to that will have content uploaded from as many people from the Black Only crew as possible. So some people who have their own YouTube channels, you'll be able to go to their YouTube channel directly from this page. Some of those same people will also be putting content on this channel, so you'll actually get uploads directly to the Black Only Collective as well. And then there's some people who don't have YouTube channels who will also be adding content to that. And so the idea is to have a variety of different things going on the channel. So you'll get certain things where, JC Mack, I had a little discussion with him. I was like, hey, man, this is one thing you can definitely do on your channel because this is something that people love watching. He might be the guy the go-to guy for when it comes to some interesting news and some reflections on news going on in the gaming industry.
The teacher.
The teacher, exactly. He's going to be instructing and letting people know about some of the interesting stuff, and he'll give his own thoughts and impressions on those things. So you'll be getting really interesting information through that. One of the things I actually suggested to Itioru that is something that I literally just thought about. The fact that Itioru cosplays, and not only does he cosplay, he does a fucking amazing job at cosplaying.
That Noctis, bro.
That Noctis, though. And I would love for you to tell the story about that in just a moment. But his cosplay is amazing, and he knows so many people within the cosplay industry and in the scene. His girlfriend's a cosplayer as well. I met him through New York Comic Con as he was cosplaying a character from Assassin's Creed Ezio, and but he was cosplaying Connor.
Yep.
So I suggested to him that hey, there's a huge backlog of people who don't have as many how-tos or tutorials or what that time-lapse process was like putting this costume together, or Maze, who will be putting content up as well. She's actually in talks with Mona to see if she's down for putting up content to add to this Black Only Collective as well, because she wants to get into some more gaming stuff as well.
Yes.
And I was like, girl, listen, here's a platform to do it. Here's some direction if you need it.
And here's a ring.
Here's a ring. Let's get married right now.
Can I just send out the biggest shout out to May? May, you are the best. Without her makeup tutorial, my face wouldn't have popped like it did. So, thank you so much.
And that's that beauty I'm talking about, right? It's like that collaborative collection of
Yep.
people coming together, like, oh, hey, I have this really cool idea for, this the makeup that you could actually do to make your costume look even better.
It fit it, dude. Like usually with some makeup, it's like, yeah, it'll be on, but no, she was descriptive. She helped out. For cosplayers, that is the number one thing that sets you aside from another character, another cosplayer. It's the makeup. It's the way you style your face, and like, oh man, that girl went all out. And then she started doing other like video game characters, and I was like, yo,
Quantum Break, yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I peeped that.
Yeah, I was like, damn.
Yeah. So people at home, you can go to the Black Window Collective like right now and see like the list of people who are on there who have their YouTube channels. And you can just click on any one of them and see that content that I'm talking about. And you'll see stuff that I upload that will be specific only to that channel. I'm still not completely set on what that's going to be. I'm trying to get everyone else figured out before I figure out what I'm going to upload as like the thing that's going to be exclusive to that. But I will have something exclusive that goes on that channel that you won't be able to get from my regular channel. So that'll be another incentive for people if they want to see something a little bit different than what I'm already doing on the current channel, on that channel. And yeah, I mean, there's obviously gonna be Let's Plays. You're gonna get there's a playlist. There's gonna be links to all the Let's Plays from all these several different people. It'll be categorized by game. You can go there and see all the stuff that's from Witcher 3 from all of us. You can see all the stuff that's from like Call of Duty from all of us. All the stuff that's from Bloodborne from all of us. So you can go into one playlist on there and watch stuff from everybody.
That's what's up.
So that's dope. That's the thing that I've been mostly excited about is that we can have that one place where people can just go and they can just get everything.
I love that idea so much. I still can't believe this is happening. This is clutch, dude. Like I can just see it's just like, oh, if you want to hear like freakouts and stuff like that, like swearing nonstop, it's just like, oh, watch Chris play this. I'm like, fuck.
That's
That
why
reminds me.
I refuse. There will be no.
Oh my God. He got his head kicked
No
in.
right Tekken
Don't
match.
even lie. He got his head fucking kicked in.
Yeah, I saw. And I'm gonna get you over, Chris, to do like a live stream or a Let's Play together, because I did that with Shayna, which by the way, I'm gonna talk to her and see if she's actually down for this, because she has a kid now, so it's gonna be harder for her to do stuff like that. But she came over and had so much fun. Like she was so excited. We're gonna put out one of the videos that we did of a Let's Play, but I put together like a bunch of different shows on my own YouTube channel. You got stuff like Through the Lens, which I'm working on a new episode for that, but I just have not had enough time to work on the latest episode of that. But I'm so excited to get my latest one, the Street Fighter V one, out to you guys, because like I'm really it's got some good stuff in there, I think. Got some good stuff. And then we have something called Hey Listen, which is actually based on an idea Dave had for like an entire channel. And I was like, why don't we just use this as like our central hub for like all the topic stuff, like when it's a video about a topic where it's something like similar to like what Jay's going to be doing for his news, like that'll go under that category. So there'll be all types of stuff within that. I'm really excited for.
Hell yeah. It's gonna be nice.
Before we get into the rest of the podcast, I wanted to actually ask you. So none of you guys have gone to a convention, a gaming convention, right? Dave and Dream.
No.
I should say. So Chris, this was your first PAX.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your experience at PAX East, and also let people know kind of what happened at the Square Enix.
Okay. It was my first PAX East. I've always tried to get in, but I've never gotten the chance to get a ticket because it sells out within like 10 minutes. So obviously, when that happens, it was kind of a little hard to take in. But this year, my friend came through so bad. I didn't have a ticket again because they were just impossible to get. And then he goes, "Oh, did you need a weekend pass?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, well, I got 2 tickets just lying around. Do you want them?" I'm like, "Thank you." So Ali Hurabi, thank you very, very much for getting me those tickets. I couldn't without that, that wouldn't have all the following stuff I'm about to say wouldn't have happened. So I'm a cosplayer. I've waited for Final Fantasy 15 since it was called Versus 13 back in 2006, and E3 was debuted. So much anger. But anyway, we finally got to the point where there's a release date. It was released about 3-4 weeks ago. It was at the Uncovered event in California. And we finally got the release date, the new costume, everything. It was great. So I finally decided to go all out and cosplay Noctis to like the level that I never have ever thought I could do. So I did everything. I asked one of our friends in the collective, May, to help me out with the makeup tutorial. She broke it down for, oh man, it was amazing. Thank you again. And then I see the Square Enix booth. That's why I wanted to cosplay Noctis, because I wanted to go to the Square Enix booths for so long. So we walk over there. Everyone just stops playing the demo and just kind of like looks at me, and they start kind of like whispering. They're like, "Is he part of something?" And then I like was standing there, took a couple pictures, and then one of the employees at the Square Enix booth, he didn't tell me who he was. He just said, "Hey, can I get your picture holding the new Game Informer, which has Noctis on the cover,
I need to check my mailbox."
and also the calendar that was set out at Final Fantasy Uncovered." Holding it, and I was like, "Yeah, definitely." So I took that picture, and he said he'll tweet it later, and then but then he took another picture, and he put it on Instagram under Square Enix, and he shouted out my name on Instagram, and I got put on the Square Enix's Instagram.
Yeah, this shit was epic.
And I worked.
Bro, it was fupic. It was so good, so good.
And it was pretty good for a last minute cosplay, because I was initially going to do the new Nathan Drake from Uncharted 4.
I remember the conversation, yeah.
Yeah, and then I decided to go with Noctis just because of all the news, the release date, everything. The hype was crazy, so I did it. And then that's not even the start of it. Oh, where do I begin? So that was Friday night. Big shout out to my girlfriend Dylan Payne, who was talking to another person that works for Square Enix. That's not even the start of it. And then whoa.
Oh, he's that's Jamel. He don't have headphones on.
Oh.
I have to pull up the link so I can share it. Hush, leave me alone.
And then she made friends with another person who invited us also to a private meet and greet with the producer, the producer of the new Kingdom Hearts Unchained game for the mobile app, Mr. Okayama, and he was the producer on Kingdom Hearts Unchained, and we got to go to a private meet and greet, a couple Q&As, and here's where it gets so clutch. The first question I asked him was, "Is there any chance that we'll get a Noctis medal in the future?" And the translator translated it, and he kind of just smiled and laughed a little, and then he said something in Japanese to her, and then she translated it back and said, "Would you like one?" And I just went nuts. and I was like, "Yes, please, please." And he's like, "Okay." So if a Noctis medal comes out, oh my god, I'm gonna go nuts. I'm just gonna go freaking out. But then it was clutch. I met a couple cool mobile Twitch streamers. One was Monster D-Face, so shout out to him. He was clutch. I tweeted out a picture of him. Really cool guy. Yeah. So check out his stuff as well. And just got to shooting the shit with everyone, and it was awesome. It was awesome to be recognized by Square Enix by your cosplay, your hard work put into it. So it was clutch. I thought it was fun.
Congrats, dog.
Thanks, guys.
Straight up nerdgasm.
Yep, that's right. You sound like a celebrity now, so now I'm gonna be hitting you up for money, brother.
Yeah, let me get the signature.
I'm still buying you those yellow spandex shorts. You're fucking cosplaying.
Hey.
Oh man.
I'm telling you, when everybody gets together to come chill, man. Listen, buying everybody drinks. I don't know what it'll be. I don't know when it'll be, but I want to get everybody who's part of this collective together at once in one place and just fucking kick it.
That'll be dope, man.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to that video from Jay's Wood?
My hard drive on my computer. I think I told you this, right?
No, I didn't hear anything.
I lost everything from last year.
Oh.
Like pretty much everything from last year. I have some stuff still saved from on Dropbox from that, but I tried to do something. I tried to reinstall Windows on my Mac using a technique that you're not supposed to use since one of the older versions of Mac OS.
Okay.
But I tried to do a workaround anyway. I tried to do some command line stuff when I was installing it on PC, and it would have worked if not for the fact that the Mac hard drive on its own doesn't allow you to do certain type of disk partitioning. So
Sad face.
Right.
yeah,
Collective
Sad
safe.
face.
I do still have some of it though, and I'm going to do something different with it because what I was originally going to do with that footage was just put it up and like, hey, here are some of my friends, but without context, it would have just been like, why are you showing us this?
Right.
So I'm actually going to be doing a video about how gaming brings people together.
Yes.
And so I have some footage. Like I went to a developer conference in Boston a couple months ago, and I thought it was like the fake developers conference. I thought it was actually for something different. I thought it was the actual fake convention, but it's not. It's something a little bit different. And so when I went there, I was like, this is specifically for developers. Like I don't know why I'm actually here. Like I reached out to get a press pass, and like yeah, like no one's reached out to request a press pass, but it was because it was an event that was very different than any convention. So I'm like, what am I going to use this footage for? Like I have some stuff I record and pictures, but like none of this is applicable to what is already going on the channel, the stuff that we're talking about. But I think with something like that, it'll work out.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. Seriously.
Yeah, you gotta do something, figure out a use for it as you go.
Yeah, right. Hey, get creative, man.
Yeah. What have you guys been playing?
Oh man.
I'm gonna let Dream go first.
What?
Step
Go
up,
ahead, you
kid.
first. You were last in the party. That's why.
Well,
I mean, you know.
well, if you guys ain't ready yet, I can tell a quick pack story too.
Oh,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So, PAX this year was fucking phenomenal. I had an amazing time. I got to meet a lot of people, people who were just having regular conversations, just talking and chatting, and they asking questions like, "Yeah, man, what kind of stuff do you play?" Like, "Oh yeah, I do this," and like when I stream, I do this, and they're like, "Oh, you're a streamer." I'm like, "Yeah, I stream. I do some YouTube stuff," and so they get interested. They get genuinely excited and interested to hear about that kind of stuff. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I got like a collection of different people who are also doing the same thing. Like, yo, check this shit out. So I've given out so many business cards. I think I need to order more.
yes!
Like, I think I need to order more. But you get to meet so many amazing people who are also like live streaming and people who do podcasts and people who are fairly well known. Like I got a chance to meet. I got to bring up his Twitter. He's actually a pretty big. Like I got to meet King Radnov, for example. That's my boy right there. I go to his like live stream all the time and watch. I got to see DJ Knight, who's another like black streamer, but he's actually gotten like really really popular, and he's been hustling so hard since last year. Like almost every day of last year, he was streaming. He would come home, he would feed himself, and he would just live stream the entire night. And so he probably shouldn't have been staying up as late as he was doing it, but I got to like sit down and have some like real deep conversations with them. Always going to give a shout out to my man Andy Lunique because he definitely held things down in that regard too. Like we all met for lunch and started talking about this industry, talking about this, talking about that, talking about like ways you can make your channels stand out a little bit more versus other people's and etc. So I got a chance to do all that. I got to meet. I went to an after party and like saw all these cosplayers. I'm pretty sure I saw Destiny Nicholson, but I couldn't really be sure it was her because she wasn't in costume. So I was like, is that her or not?
You didn't want to talk to her? What happened? You didn't want to talk to her?
Well, I mean, I got a girl, so I mean.
Oh, yeah, that's what
He didn't have his activator and said that's what it was. He wasn't looking top notch.
Hey, man, my activator was on point.
He had a soul glow in there.
Yo!
And, you know, I don't know if you guys at home or you guys know who like people from the Street Fighter Five community, like the
Knuckles
competitive
was
community.
sick. Oh my god.
Wait, what do you say?
Uh, what was his name? Liquid Knuckle.
Knuckle Dude, yeah.
Yeah, Knuckle. Oh
Yo, he's so
shit!
good. Yo, he's so good.
We
But
were
I got
watching the semis, like it was ridiculous. That guy is so intense.
and Ricky Ortiz. Have you seen Ricky Ortiz play?
Oh my! We were watching the live streamer. I say live streamer. We were live. We were there.
You were there, yeah.
Me and my friend, who's a huge Street Fighter 5 player. I sent you a video to the
Yeah, I
chat.
saw that.
Dude, the comeback, his Knuckle Dude's brain is just works on a different level when it comes to fighting, reacting, being proactive. It made me want to get into Street Fighter. That's how crazy it was.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, people at home who are trying to say something, playing or doing cosplay. Yeah, dude. Hello, everyone at home. I just want to give you guys a shout out. Nerdy Mutant and both Copper's dad. Thank you guys so much for being in the chat. I'm gonna give them shout outs because they're here. But yeah, man, they were going in, and I like at the after party. I also got to see some of them. So I saw shout outs to K Brad, shout out to Li Joe, shout out to Mike Ross, and so I'm actually about to post a picture that I took with Mike Ross. So like,
Oh shit.
he and Gutex, Ryan Gutierrez, I think that's his last name, but like they have a show together that they do called The Excellent Adventures of Gutex and Mike Ross. And I try to watch that as much as I can because it's really funny, and like you learn more about Street Fighter while you're watching. So it's a really funny and fun show. So shout outs to them and shout out to Mike Ross. Like I know this dude was working Twitch pretty much all day of every day, and I was like, yo, bro, have you had a chance to like check out anything else? Like, what else have you seen? He was like, man, I've been here the entire time while the show floor is open.
Wow.
I was like, damn, dude, like you're working hard, man. Like we all appreciate the kind of stuff you're doing out here. So.
Yeah.
He was mad cool. When I told him about like, I just mentioned it. I didn't even want to like, I don't like pushing myself on people.
Yeah.
But like I mentioned to him, I was like, yeah, I've been watching for like the last couple of years. I know you've been doing it longer than that, but even I now do Twitch streaming and YouTube and stuff. And he's like, oh yeah, for real? So I was like, yeah. He was like, oh, let me give you a card real quick. And he was like, some people would take a card and just like, all right, cool, and they put it in their pocket.
Mm-hmm.
He looked at
throw
it.
it on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, that's some disrespect.
Okay, goddamn, hustle and flow.
I was mad.
Crazy.
Like you could tell he was tired. You could tell he lost his voice a little bit. But he looked at. He was like, he did like a double take. He's like, oh snap, this is cool.
Damn.
Nice. I was like,
Wow.
cool, man. Legit. I like this dude. So
That's awesome.
shout out to all these people that I met at Twitch. I'm missing out a lot of people. A lot of wonderful people. So yeah, that's my story on Twitch. I got to meet up and link with a lot of people and exchange content information and potentials for collaboration videos or dual streams or whatever. So
The possibilities.
possibilities.
Endless.
Getting it in.
Anyway, Dream, what have you been playing?
Well, I'll show you what I've been playing. Let us
Uh-oh.
see. Oh,
Yes,
Dream.
motherfucker.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Oh, there it is. Hold on. The center. Oh, there we go. Bang!
Oh.
Don't get fucked up.
Yeah.
With the backwards compatibility, so it's Bruce and Oscar feet and ass all day.
And definitely, people at home, make sure you tune into Dream Manifested's Twitch stream. So twitch.tv/Dream Manifested. He's probably the only one of us in the Black Only crew who plays Tekken. So if you like Tekken, and he plays other games too. There's other games that are on the library. But if you like that, hit the boy up. I mean, do it anyway. Same with Dave, man. Sorry, I keep doing that. Same with Murder in the Third. Go check out Murder in the Third's channel. It's twitch.tv. Wait, what?
What? No, it froze up for a second.
Yeah, it
Oh,
lagged on me too.
Oh, okay.
alright.
But yeah, actually, right now, I just finished the first clip for Quantum Break.
There you go.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna be uploading that here soon.
I'm actually doing the same, so
Nice.
I'm
Nice.
sorry about that.
Mhm.
But yeah, I actually just got done doing that today. Finished
Nice.
the third episode. Yeah.
So that leaves me. Well, Dream, have you been playing anything else really?
I've actually taken a break a little bit from Division. Because that's so- God damn it! Got so much shit going on. I'm gonna wait till it kind of sorts itself out a little bit. Plus, I haven't got a chance to do the incursion because my weak ass Xbox friends were like, "Hey, y'all, you got to get it on Xbox. You saw how you did it with Destiny, blah blah blah."
Oh,
I get it on Xbox, and they're not about the struggle. They're about the grind. Nobody's trying to do incursions.
Oh my god.
I ain't got time for this shit. I'm trying to level up. I'm trying to be the very best, and no one ever was.
Dun, dun, dun.
What the hell you been playing, Murder?
oh man, dude, you know me. I got
Mhm.
everything. It just too much. That's what I've been playing. Too much.
What are the top
But
3 games you've been playing?
Top
lately?
3. All right, I'll give you one from each system. Damn, I can't give you one from each system.
Damn it, Murder.
I'll give you Pokken Tournament. That's
Mhm.
been pretty good.
Is it good?
Yeah, I like it. It's all right. But I just got the Wii. I think it was last week or yeah, it was last week. And I got so much stuff on there that
Wait, what? I thought you were saying something else.
Yeah.
um,
Is it cutting out?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I was like, he just stopped
Yeah.
mid-sentence. So what happened?
yeah, it just lagged on you. So what was I saying when I lagged out?
I'm not exactly sure
Okay,
at what point, because
so
it was like
anyways,
intermittently cutting out.
yeah,
So
so
I heard you say Pokken. You was talking about what you liked about Pokken.
yeah,
But
and I'm just I got my Wii recently, so I'm playing a whole bunch of stuff. So there's no real favorite there yet because I have so many things to play. It's just ridiculous, like Bayonetta and Hyrule Warriors and
I rule.
Wind
Yes.
Waker. I haven't played Wind Waker actually ever. So, and I
Whoa.
haven't really seen videos on it. So I have it, and
Do you know at least a little bit about the Zelda lore?
I think he cut out again.
Uh-oh.
of course, it's lagging when I'm supposed to be talking, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, this is the first time I'm playing Wind Waker, so it's exciting for me.
Do you have any? You have a little bit of the understanding about the lore of Legend of Zelda, right?
Yeah. Like I played Ocarina of Time. I've played Majora's Mask.
You're gonna
A
love
couple of yeah. I know I've seen some like footage, quick footage of it, but I just have removed myself from it. I've not really seen a whole lot, so I want to be able to enjoy it for what it is. But so I guess Wind Waker would be the one that I'm really most enjoying right now because
Mm.
that's I've played like a half hour of it so far, but I'm enjoying it. And then I guess on PS4 right now.
Damn.
Damn.
I know it just cut out again. So give it a second. So on
I
PS4.
lost you again. Sorry.
Yeah, on PS4.
Yeah, on PS4, I guess I'm excited about all the DLC that's coming to Just Cause for some reason. I played the Air Superiority DLC, and that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Playing as the Hawk dude from Avengers basically is a good time in games. And it shows you the possibility of what they can do next. And then on Xbox, I've been playing Quantum Break, like I said before. I've really enjoyed that. I've tried the Gears of War 4 beta. That's also good.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I mean, I just got a 3 terabyte hard drive on my Xbox, so
Oof.
I'm like stuffing that thing full. It's about 40% full right now. So
Nice.
yeah. So I got so much stuff, man. I'm in the 500s to 700s when it comes to the amount of games I have to play. So
So
it's
much.
too much. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's an addiction, man. What are you gonna do? I'm okay with it. Nobody likes a quitter. That's all I got.
Oh yeah, put it that
Sometimes you
way.
just gotta commit. Even if it
Fuck.
sucks.
That's so
Oh,
good.
Sucks for my wallet, at least. I mean,
Yeah, it does.
that's all I'm saying. But
Now, you said you recently got the Wii U.
yeah, I got it last week.
How do you feel about getting the Wii U? You didn't want to wait for the what you call it, the NX?
The next one.
Yeah.
I don't really care, to be honest. I mean, I can get the next one. It's not a big deal.
Oh, I ain't
Yeah.
hitting you up then, goddammit.
Hey, I live hood rich. That's all I gotta say, all right? I spend it when I got it, and then what are you gonna do, man? I lived in the South for 10 years. You get ignorant.
What part?
I lived in Florida, all over Florida, but Tampa for 4 miles.
I'm in Arizona now, but I'm a Georgia boy.
Okay. All right. Yeah. My chick's up in Jacksonville. I'll be moving there eventually, but
Okay.
yeah. So I've been all around Florida.
I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah, 10 years, man. You move around. You know, you
Right.
get the jobs where you can in the South. It's hard, but
It is. Apparently, North Carolina's coming up, though. I don't know, maybe.
I lost you.
Oh, apparently North Carolina's coming up.
North Carolina.
Yeah.
What you doing
Charlotte.
in North Carolina?
Well, not maybe North Carolina. Yeah, Charlotte. Yeah, Charlotte's in North Carolina, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm not in North Carolina. I'm just there's one of the people I met at one of those after parties is like his family owns a couple of nightclubs in North in Charlotte.
All
And,
right.
you know, these dudes were balling, bro. Like they brought us drinks, like.
Yeah, bet. Nightclubs, man, they make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They make a lot of money on the bottles. You kidding me?
Yeah.
They do. Come on.
Spending
it's like-
$30 on a bottle and then charging you $150 for a glass.
Yeah. What about you, Itsiodu? What have you been playing?
Nothing because I've been working on that stupid sword for the last 2 weeks. But I mean, thing. I should burn that. Should burn that thing where it stands. But when I did have time, I was playing Unchained, Kingdom Hearts Unchained for the phone. That thing is addicting, and it's so good. It's user friendly. Even if you don't know anything about Kingdom Hearts, it's fine. It's its own separate story, but it does tie into Kingdom Hearts 3. So check it out. It's wonderful, and it's free. There are yeah, do it, but there are microtransactions in it, as per any mobile game practically. But it is very, very addicting, especially in the first month when the AP is pretty much your energy cost is half off. So get to grinding.
Hey, when you're talking about handheld games and things like that, portable gaming, I guess, I did want to do a shout out to the Vita because it got some life in it. XCOM coming out and Civilization, whatever it was, Revolution 2, whatever nonsense they named it, but definitely XCOM because it's $20. It came out out of nowhere, and it has both the original game and the DLC. So, I mean, for $20 on a portable, on a handheld, I mean, I didn't like it on the phone because I like the control. Like I like to be able to get a little bit more precision, and it was definitely worth it. So shout out to 2K for actually coming through and bringing some life back to the Vita.
That's dope. XCOM is pretty great.
It does.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting to. I have the PC for it. I just haven't bought it yet.
Gotcha.
Yeah, waiting for that Steam sale.
That's what it's all about. Yeah, wait for that shit.
Speaking of sales, I do want to send the biggest shout out to fucking the PlayStation store. If you haven't picked up the order, it's $8. $8. That's
That's a
1,
steal.
2, 3,
That's
4,
a
5,
perfect.
6, 7, 8. That's 9, but I'm 2 and 8.
I can count.
No, but seriously, it's $8. Go download it right the fuck now, because everything that I've heard from Will and from Dave, shout out to him. You know,
Soil AK, so
yeah, I can never remember his handle.
Yeah, because there's 2 days now.
Exactly.
Yeah, especially because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then no, it's out. Go pick it up. It's a flash sale right now, so pick it up. There's
Yeah,
also a
that's
bunch of
an
other
awesome
games.
game. That's an awesome game for
Yeah.
$8. Like very
For
high
$8,
quality.
it's nothing better than that.
Exactly.
And Dishonored is on sale, so check it out.
Nice.
I love Dishonored. How much is that going for right now? Do you know?
No, I can check right now.
Okay, I might not want you to tell me though.
No.
Because he's gonna buy that shit right now.
Bro,
I love that game.
I know,
And
me
I'm
too,
waiting
dude.
For a good deal.
I'll tell you.
So,
How about you, Will? What you been playing?
playing a little bit of Street Fighter 5 because that's my thing. You know, I try to play that whenever I can. I'm playing a lot of Dark
All
Souls
day.
3. Wait, what were you about to say, Dave?
I say all day.
Yeah, all day.
Oh, there.
You ain't been playing.
Yeah, I've been playing Dark Souls 3. That game is of course challenging, but it's really good. I'm really enjoying my time with it. Is it better than Bloodborne? They're very different games, well, not very different. They're different in the sense of like one promotes the use of blocking and stuff, whereas the other just doesn't have it at all.
It's a good look.
So that's
And
like
they
a pretty.
both have pretty bad controls.
The controls are pretty
I'm just
good.
saying. I'm just saying.
Oh.
They're very robotic, man. Come on. You have to at least give me
Dark
that.
Souls
They look
games?
very, yes, they look very robotic.
Well,
I have to disagree.
Bloodborne was geared was trying to, I think, pull more people back into their kind of niche because, of course, it was faster paced. It was more about the attacking and just attacking and dodging.
Yeah.
Like most of the people that play the Souls games, when they played Bloodborne, they're like, "This really ain't that bad." Shit, me, I never played. I was like, "God damn, this game is stressful."
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah. It is stressful. Definitely is.
But I'm the kind of guy who likes, Devil May Cry and hack and slash games. Like I'm playing Bayonetta. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. That's a very different type of action game though. Like with Bloodborne, it's a lot more methodical. I don't think it's any less fluid as a result of it being more methodical, and it's a slower game than Bayonetta or Devil May Cry. Like those
for
are
sure.
very.
I like the fast combat. I don't like the chess game. You know.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't mind playing it. Like it's not something that I'll just not play if somebody says it's a really good game.
Mhm.
But I mean, it's one of those things where I could do without it. You know
Oh,
what
yeah.
I mean? It's like super realistic racers versus Burnout. Like I'd love to play Burnout all day compared to Simulator.
Same. I feel like Dark Souls 3 is a game or Dark Souls in general, any of those Souls games are not games that everybody should buy.
No, it's for the people who want a challenge.
I love it. That's great though.
I mean, it's great, but it ties into something that I actually had a conversation with a developer, which I should actually give a huge shout out to. Let me actually find the post that I put up in regards to this because this actually had me mad fucking hype.
Yeah.
Do you guys know the creator of SOCOM?
Oh, you met him.
I saw that.
Yeah. So I got a chance to meet him. His name's Sean. Sorry, not Sean. David. David Sears.
Yeah.
Such a badass name too.
He's so.
You want to know something funny?
Yeah.
My dad's wife, so my stepmother, her brother is a race car.
Oh, yeah,
Actually used to. Am I back yet?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
back.
you're back.
All right. So my stepmother's brother is a race car driver, and he actually did a lot of racing and I guess just whatever. He bonded with the guy who made SOCOM. So whoever you're talking about, I believe that my stepmother's brother knows him just from being a race car driver.
That's dope.
They really like that stuff. So that was it was just funny that you mentioned him because I haven't heard about him in a while.
Yeah, he's working on a game called We the Happy Few, which I had an opportunity to check out and speak with him. I took a picture with him, of course, and got a selfie. This dude is so fucking cool, by the way.
That's what's up.
And we were just talking, we were just chatting, talking that shit, and we were just like, he was telling me about the game, telling me about games, and I was giving him direct feedback while we were playing. So he was like, while we were going through, he was like, and then you'll need to do this in order to grab this, and then go to this menu and then use this item. And so every time I kept doing that, I kept dropping it instead of using it. He was like, this is something we have to change. I've noticed it with a few other people, but he was like, I'm noticing it with you too, though, because he can tell that I know how to play games, like I know what I'm doing.
That's what's up though.
We gotta change that. And I was like, oh, okay.
Damn. I have.
And we were talking about like We the Happy Few. It's a survival. It's kind of like an atmospheric survival dystopian type of game. It's really, really interesting. It's procedurally generated content, so like every zone you go into is actually going to be totally different for you than it will be for someone else playing the same game, same point in the storyline. It's just going to be a different experience. So, and the game is beautiful. What they were able to do with it is really impressive. But we were talking about this idea of like how some games that come out there could benefit so much by just having a very simple like tutorial or just like some sort of guidance. Like Bloodborne is one of those examples, or the Demon Souls games. Like they should have some option for people who aren't as well acquainted with difficult games. Like the normal should be the hard mode that we're like used to in other games. Like that should be the standard for them. But there should be an easy mode. Like I feel like, and that was one of the things that we talked about. Was like sure, you're always going to want people to have this experience, but not everybody's going to be at that level. Like,
That's
not
why I
everyone.
find that some of the best games give you like clever ways of you know,
Advancing.
yeah, like progression of the difficulty just gets harder, but then also like when they do, make a easier mode or whatever, they kind of just poke fun of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
sometimes is
No,
interesting. I think Deadpool did that, which was one of the more recent ones.
no.
Where it's
And
just
Metal Gear
like,
did it too.
a dog or whatever. Yeah, yeah, with the chicken
Yeah.
head.
Mm.
The chicken head. I've used that.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, of course I have, man.
That's
Right?
awesome.
I'm not good with that game, all right?
But
I
again,
need to
there's
help my
really
game.
interesting and creative ways that they can do that I wish they would do, you know.
Yeah.
But I wanted to actually, I mean, I've been playing a couple of other games as well in between. I'm going to be playing Stories very soon. That I'm
Nice.
really
What's
excited.
game?
Stories: Path of Destinies. It's a indie game. It's kind of an isometric view, but not. It's very vibrant, colorful graphics, and the characters are all kind of like anthropomorphic. So they're like fox or a
You're lagged
rabbit.
out. What do you...
What?
What?
Killing me, this lag.
Damn, bro.
What game were you saying?
Stories: The Path of Destinies.
Oh, I
Um,
have no idea what you're talking about.
yeah, I'm gonna stream it. I'm probably gonna stream it tonight if I have the energy, which I might not.
I know, man. I feel.
But I'm intrigued by it because it's colorful. It's got like a choose your own adventure pathway style to it. The combat is reminiscent of something like Batman Arkham Knight, but it's not exactly as like deep as that is. But it's
Okay.
still got that same kind of feel.
And where can we pick this game up if we want to play it? I like
Uh,
games like that.
Yeah, it's available on PC and PS4. It might be on Xbox One as well. I'm not entirely sure, but I remember seeing it on PS4 and Xbox One and PC.
PSC code.
Okay.
What stories you said?
Stories: Path of Destinies.
Oh, I like this.
Yeah, it's good. Um, so I wanted to talk about a few things. We don't have to talk about everything that's on this agenda because we might be here for a while if we go in depth about everything. But I wanted to first, since Dream Manifested actually mentioned this not too long ago, talking about The Division, and this is something that Murder also wanted to talk about. So Ubisoft is punishing players who exploit the mechanics in The Division.
Oh,
And I think, Murder, you might know a little bit more about this topic than I do. So do you mind giving people a little bit of the lowdown as to what on earth is going on here?
Sure, if I don't lag out. So long and short, there's some stuff going on. I read into it. I haven't seen any videos on it, so it's hard for me to fully grasp what's going on. But basically, you're like pushing through some wall, and you're able to get loot that's a daily loot. You're able to get it through this wall, or you're pushing an enemy through a wall. Something to do with a wall, and it causes a glitch. And when you do this, you get the daily, loot, which is supposed to be this, super high-end loot. And if you do it this way, the game doesn't recognize that you've obtained the daily, or excuse me, it's a weekly. It's a once-a-week thing that you can get.
oh shit.
So it doesn't recognize that the once-a-week thing has been done, and you get to the weekly one again. So you could do it as many times as you want, basically boost it, pretty fast. So, yeah, I mean, I guess you're showing it right now. It says, where is it? Bypass by pushing through a wall to grab a whole bunch of high-level loot. It also causes the game to fail to recognize that you're grabbing said loot, meaning the game's once per week limit on claiming it isn't enforced. So basically, you're really screwing with the game. It's like remember the Destiny, the cave?
Yeah.
Loot cave. It's basically the same exact thing, but it's on here, and Ubisoft is basically saying, "F you, if you're gonna do it, then we're gonna, put you in the timeout or whatever. They're gonna cancel your service or the account
Oh wow.
if you do it." But it's understandable because even it says right underneath the video that it's against their code of conduct. So, like, I'm not on the side of, them doing this, but I can see if it's part of the code of conduct, that is one thing that kind of works in their favor, obviously, in a legal sense more than anything, because they could get in trouble for that because you paid to play their game, but,
Understood, yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where, like, they have the right to do this. They put it in their bylaws that if you do it, then you're going to get in trouble. And at this point, people have figured it out, and a lot of people are using it, and they're recognizing how many people have ridiculous amounts of high-end rare loot, and they're doing something about it. But I'm not for that. As I was telling you the other day, it's kind of messed up that they're talking about suspending accounts and removing them or whatever, because I mean, it's just a game, but it's also a game that people have invested a lot of money in. I mean, I don't care if you've bought any of the DLC or if you're just playing the base game. The bottom line is that people have paid at least $60 for this game, and some people $60 is a lot, and sometimes it's a once every month, once every 6 months type of thing where you only get one game, and if people play it and then they find a way to make things easier for themselves, and you didn't do enough to to stop it from becoming an issue, then why should they get in trouble? If you actually pull up that IGN article again, I think they put a comment from the Reddit, somebody from Reddit, and it actually was a good point related to the topic. I don't know if you can do that.
Yeah,
but say again.
1 second.
Okay. Yeah. So I think it was right around. Wait. Go. No, not in the comments, but it was actually in the article. They put something from Reddit on there.
Oh, okay.
I think so. It might have been just the guy that was talking about it. Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah.
There it is.
Try to understand. Oh man, it's.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Try to understand that your customers can't create exploits. Only you can do that. If you want to hand out our punishments, start with your staff. I mean, that's a little bit. He says let's ban them from their paychecks. That's a little bit ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's a little overkill. But bottom line is that he does have a good point there, which is that.
No. Come back, Dave.
At all. I'm just saying from a gamer perspective. I haven't done any of that, but that's not to say that it's you shouldn't be able to at least take advantage of these things. If it happens, then it happens, but at least then just move on. You know what I mean? It's not something that like people put a bug into the game and screwed it up. It's your fault. That's the bottom line, is that it's your fault. This is here, and
it's your QA's fault. You know what I mean? Like, this shouldn't be happening.
For sure, and then terminate that team. But I mean,
or fix it, or have them work around the clock to fix it. This is like, I mean, this is the shit that you're supposed to find out. Like, I mean, that's why you pay your team to do that. Like the comment said, yes, it's like we can't create the bugs. We can exploit them. Like hell, we will. You know what I mean? Like, if you want an edge, we will. But I mean, this is ridiculous when they start saying that they want to ban like the players that are exploiting it. I mean, like, come on, this happens in every game. In Destiny, remember that, Will? And
It was the loot cave.
The loot cave back in the day.
I did that.
Disconnecting on Warwick's and all that.
Didn't even matter. That was before the fucking legendary Ingram glitch was fucking fixed.
Yeah, dude, I totally did that. I took full advantage of that because the game cheated me out of loot so much. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna cheat the fucking game. Fuck it.
And I still didn't get anything good out of it.
For real though.
Oh god, that asshole of a fucking. I repressed that memory so bad. What was it?
I know what you mean.
Like,
it was great though. It felt so rewarding when you're just standing there firing into a cave for like 3 hours and then going and like a fucking person who's playing frisbee by themselves and going and getting it, picking it back up, going back to the spot again and starting all over again. It was just like, oh man, look what I got. It was like basically robbing a store. No, not even that drastic. It's like robbing a store with like, magic cards. Like unlimited supplies of magic cards, and then you're sitting there like opening up packs, like, oh my god, I got this one, oh my god, I got that one, Pokemon cards, whatever.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but yeah.
All right, Yu-Gi-Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I used to play a lot of Yu too.
Yeah, right. Oh, the art style, Will. Like, I mean, I was gonna actually commission you for this, but later on, it's just like I really want you to do like a sick piece of Red Eyes Black Dragon. He was always my favorite fucking dragon.
Sure thing.
Yeah, man.
You
Ugly,
missing out talk about the Toon Dragon.
Blue Eyes Toon Dragon.
fucking ugly
Baby
ass
Dragon. That's
dragon.
right.
Weird.
It had fucking eyes this big, you know? It's just like, why?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Another thing. Didn't you, Chris? Didn't you get a picture of you on the ark, the ark
Yeah,
dinosaur?
on the dinosaur. Oh my god. Oh, I don't feel like I should,
Oh,
because I'm not
don't
gonna
talk
say
to me
who.
about that. What? Ark?
Yeah.
I love Ark.
I'm gonna share a few things on screen that we were talking about before that
Yeah.
I think will be fairly relevant to what we were talking about. So let's see. Oh, this is the cute Asian girl. Oh my god, she's so cute.
Watch it now.
Mm.
I'm just saying.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. There it is.
Yeah. That's
So guys, so you can see the epicness of his cosplay. Like that was it. It's so good. Let's see what else we got. Let me not screen share the rest of this part because I'm on Facebook. It might be some a little bit personal on there.
Will.
There might be a few dick pics. Just saying.
Fuck.
On Facebook.
Nothing we haven't seen already.
Good point.
What the?
You did send the dinosaur to us, didn't you?
No, I didn't send the dinosaur one. No, not yet.
Didn't I see it somewhere?
Probably.
I want to see the dinosaur, man.
Dude, it was
Oh,
huge.
Shit.
It was this massive fucking T-Rex. Like, ask Will. It was
Ah.
humongous.
Hey, did you not get a picture taken?
No, I did. My girlfriend probably still has the picture in her phone or something. But I mounted the shit out of that. Okay, so this is crazy.
Okay.
Okay, no, the dinosaur, not my girlfriend. That comes
That's
later.
what
Hey, man, whatever. You can talk about whatever. This is a conversational podcast, right?
So I didn't really know this, but like they obviously kick people out at 6 o'clock. But I mean, like if you have your badge tucked in and you're just talking to like the exhibitors and shit, they don't really bother you. So we just kind of chilled. We were like, oh, whatever, we don't. And then we got in line with the dinosaur, and no one checked our badges, so we were like, all right, whatever. It's the assassin in me. It's the Ezio in me. Oh god, that was clutch.
Crazy ass people.
Yeah, seriously. It's just like if you're chill and you're like not bothering anyone and you're just shooting shit, no one's gonna bother you.
And one of the things I also wanted to say about the Ubisoft thing, just to add on to what Dave was saying, they probably shouldn't be banning people, because again, it's people exploit games all the time. It's on them to fix it. Like they really, if they don't fix it, it's going to keep being a broken mess. And I haven't played Division in a long time because like I was starting to get the same feeling of like I am starting to do the same shit. And I am shooting at these enemies for like 4 hours, and it's the same situation.
Well, I understand, like, banning completely is definitely overkill.
Yeah, it is.
The problem is that the Dark Zone is still a PvP, it's about
Yeah.
And so being that you can do an exploit where you do 2 million DPS, per shot, and you walk into there, unbeknownst to you that someone has done this glitch for the incursion, which they didn't have to do shit but blow up the NPC, the AP, whatever it's called, APC, and then they got all the top gear, and they put this glitch on top of it, and you just happen to walk by and they one-shot you. Now, they stole all the shit that you've been in there for an hour trying to farm. That shit is annoying as hell, and so I can understand that. If it was simply just a PvE thing, if it was like mainly like how the Destiny was, like in Destiny, it really didn't benefit you too much. I mean, unless you were in like the Iron Banner or whatever.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. It didn't put you that much above someone else. But in Division, that's not the case.
That's a good point.
No, very valid point. And would you like to expand on that?
Of course.
Great question.
That is a great question. And expanding upon that, the reason why it makes a difference is because
You're like the kid who fucking triple spaces on his three-page report.
I get it.
He's solid. Embodied.
He's getting fucking domed right now.
You know what? I forgot I'm not even.
What happened was on the top
I can press pause. Anyway,
This is why. Fucking up, bro.
Yeah.
I think he's stuck now. Look,
Yeah,
look what happened.
that's
He
the perfect time.
You done fucked up.
fucked up.
different things that certain MMO type of things, and then expanding upon that. So when it first dropped, it was real fun. The the PvE side of it felt real genuine. It came out with a bunch of maps and all of this. But when you play with groups, unless you're all the same level, it like power leveling somebody, that shit is non-existent in Division because it stats by the number of people in it and by whoever the highest level is. So that shit's out the window. Then, I mean, and even still, the Dark Zone itself, the NPCs in the Dark Zone pretty much do the same thing. So if you're in a group and you're trying to level them up, you're going to be useless. And when it comes to the whole point, I mean, I don't really care for the Dark Zone that much. It's not necessary. It really isn't. But the fact that there are certain things, certain vendors in there, you want to have your rank up so you can at least have the option of purchasing from, here and there. You lose rank every time you die, whether it be by a computer, whether it be by a person. So let's just say you happen to be an unlucky SOB.
I didn't know that.
Oh, wow.
And you go in there and everybody got all this good shit. You just gonna die left and right, and your rank gonna be going down. And now you can't buy the good shit. Because now you're not the right rank.
So don't get wrecked.
Don't get it. Like, I made the mistake when I first got up going into the Dark Zone by myself. Never again, though.
Nope.
He walked in.
You gonna learn
Hey,
today?
baby, what's up? What's good? And all the bullets start flying.
And they were like 10 levels above me. I'm just like, bro,
Oh,
what am I
shit.
supposed to do?
Yeah, I
Like,
know. You walk in there, you're all like, oh, I'm level 5, I'm ready to do this. All the guns pointing at you, you're like, oh, fuck, I stepped in the wrong fucking zone.
exactly. He's like, oh, this is beginner zone. What's good?
I am so very sorry. I don't even, this isn't where I
think
parked my car.
I think I might have taken a wrong right turn somewhere.
Right. Made that turn left at Albuquerque, goddamn.
Again?
One of the other things on our podcast agenda actually is regarding. So this is all stuff kind of pertaining to PAX or leading up to PAX. PS4 codename Neo.
Yeah.
We all know that part of the conversation was coming. And there's various opinions about what that's going to be like, what is going to be the details pertaining to stats and hardware specs, things we can expect. I'm going to do a quick screen share so you guys can see what I'm looking at, so that people at home can actually see what it is that we're talking about. So there is almost indefinitely 100% going to be a PS4 codename Neo upgrade, and it will have upgraded CPU, upgraded GPU, and upgraded RAM.
This old story, huh?
Yeah. So, as a kind of a standard of exactly what that even means, we're going to be getting 8. What we have with the original PS4 is 8 Jaguar cores at 1.6 gigahertz, which is a lot.
Damn.
And you're getting 8 Jaguar cores at 2.1 gigahertz, which is a fairly significant step. You get GPU, AMD GCN, I don't even know what all that means. You're getting an improved AMD GCN at 36 CUs as opposed to 18 CUs, so compute units. And one is 800 megahertz, and one is 911 megahertz, which is a pretty big bump.
That's huge. That's not. Was this the article that we were reading that Dave shared?
I believe so.
I didn't remember seeing all this. That's nearly
actually,
double.
this might be a different one. This might be a different one than the
This
one.
is double figures because I didn't see those numbers the first time we were reading it, and I would have remembered Neo like that. But
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the specs were out when it got rumored or whatever. The rumor came out. That's interesting though. 218 gig on the RAM on the memory.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent.
Higher speed. I mean, I wish they would have done like 12 or 16, but
I mean, it's a console. I mean, like.
yeah, no. But I mean, you want something that's going to last for a while longer. I mean, this is obviously one of those situations where Sony's just trying to get themselves to a place where they can hold off on a release, so that everything for the next console becomes a little bit cheaper, so they can use it at an affordable price. Because what they're probably looking at right now is they're trying to boost their technology, and it's probably going to cost too much right now, just like the PS3 did, and they don't want to make that mistake. So this is basically like here's something
To hold you off
while we
with.
wait. Yeah.
But see, Will and I, we had this large discussion in the group chat. When was it? Like a week ago, right, Will?
I believe so, actually. I wish so was
too.
here for this because he really wanted to speak on this as well.
And Dave he has very valid points, but so did you, Will. At the same time, it was more of a we were at a standstill. It's just like.
Mhm.
But you made the most valid point. It's speak with your wallet at this point. It's like vote with your wallet. Excuse me. It's.
Yep.
But the thing is, this is unheard of. I mean, like you bring up a great point, Dave. I'm just gonna call you Murder so we don't get confused.
Yeah, it's all good.
Murder brings up a good point that that this could be just staving off, certain technology that will be expensive in the future. And if they're doing this in order to rectify what happened with the PS3 being $600 fucking at launch, which was, I still remember that shit.
Oh, the days, boy, I tell you.
Yeah, that was a bitch.
Yeah, PS2 came out the fucking cut with that. They were winning every fucking console
Yeah.
war, and then all of a sudden they got ripped on by that. And then the stupid boomerang, I still remember that. It haunts my memories.
Oh Lord.
I mean, the boomerang was an interesting idea.
No,
oh yeah,
it
we're gonna leave
wasn't.
it interesting.
Yeah, so was the Virtual Boy too, right?
yeah,
I
look
mean-
where that went.
Yeah.
So the Power Glove, right?
Oh my God.
yeah.
At least the Power Glove was something. Virtual Boy was nothing but a headache. It was like sticking screwdrivers in your eyeballs.
Damn.
I remember playing that thing as a kid, and look at me now. I'm wearing fucking glasses.
And then look,
I'm blaming this on Nintendo.
the stand was so shitty too. Everybody I knew that had one, the two people, both their stands broke.
Damn.
I rented mine at Blockbuster one time, and or my mother did when I was a little kid, and I told her, "Don't ever get me this shit again." For real, this is me at like 4 years old. Like, don't get me this shit again. For
Mom,
real.
never again. No.
Yeah, no. I was like,
Hey, ma!
And so my whole big thing about the PlayStation 4K, right, is that not only can you vote with your wallet, and not only can you kind of make a statement based on what you decide to go towards, but people who are upset that they feel like they're not going to be getting the best PlayStation experience possible, got to remember a few things, right? It's like, one, you're not already getting the best gaming experience because PCs will always have better stats. They'll always have better specs. You're always going to be able to do more because technology is going to just keep advancing
At a rapid pace.
at a rapid pace. This is the fastest technology has been advancing in terms of like the size of these units, in addition to the speed and capacity and strength, like raw strength.
She's getting ridiculous.
Ridiculous. They're finding new ways to get more performance out of these devices, and there's actually a new hard drive that's being developed, a new type of hard drive that's even faster than solid state drive.
Are
That's
you
crazy.
fucking? What the hell, man?
Good,
this-
no, that's fine by me, because then that means SSDs will go cheaper. And
But then
that's
Exactly.
fine by me.
No, that's no problem. It's the same thing that I think Soylad was bringing up. Is this like the TVs? Remember this and the
Yeah.
phones that we were talking about? Like a
Okay.
32-inch back in the day was like $600, $700. Now you can go into a
$200.
Walmart. Yeah, 200, 150 if you get like a coupon. Like that's ridiculous. These things were sought after from all over the country. Now
Yeah,
they're
it's-
just in Strove's like, please take them.
Yeah.
2 years ago, I bought a 1080p 32-inch for $170.
Nice.
That was 2 years ago. Imagine what it is now.
Right. And so that's
I mean,
the
it
thing
is
too,
ridiculous.
is that technology is advancing so fast. Like if like I understand why consoles exist and why we need to have like a set way of doing things, but at the same time, like the games that you already play, we can all agree, even though the PS4 is underpowered versus a lot of the pieces that are out there are games that are out on PS4 and will continue to come out on PS4 that look fucking amazing.
Yeah, so bad. Yeah.
Fucking
And
amazing.
the thing is with PC gaming is that sometimes your CPU won't be properly supported for games, and I mean you kind of said it before. The unified gaming of a console is it's important, and that's why people tend to navigate to that. And to go to that, it's just because I mean it makes the most sense. It's the easiest to do. You don't have to worry about getting new things all the time. Because I mean I got my computer 2 years ago. It was like I think $1,200, and it can't play Xbox One games now. It could
Damn.
play Xbox One games when they first came out, but it
Yeah.
can't play them now. You know what I mean? So
it
it's
degrades
already
over time.
Yeah, so it's a lot of money, it's a lot of time, it's a lot of like research and and a lot of people don't have that kind of knowledge or that kind of time or patience to do it right. So I
That's why
mean,
consoles exist.
yeah, that's why
Like
they'll always exist. People say they
exactly.
won't, they will.
They will
They
because you're
always
not
will.
gonna when you make a PC or you buy a PC, you're still gonna have to upgrade. You're gonna have to upgrade in a year, in only a year's time. You're gonna have to upgrade.
Which is ridiculous that we're talking about that because we're talking about like I mean my PC right now it's got 16 gigs, a 2 gig video card, and we're talking about a PC that has trouble, playing games already.
Right.
Like,
Right.
I
Like
mean, I couldn't
It's
have
really
told you
interesting.
5 years ago that this would ever happen. I would
you
have
would,
been like, nah, I got souped up.
yeah,
I
And,
got
I'm ready. I'm good
yeah,
to play games. Now you're just
yeah,
like,
Crisis, bring it on.
yeah,
Right. Yeah,
here's
I still remember when Crisis fucking crashed the
Yeah,
computer of mine, bro.
yeah, remember
yeah.
that?
and here's some more interesting stuff about it too, though. It's like people forget that games will PS4 games, base PS4 games will always going to be supported because one, that's where Sony's market share is. That's where
Yeah.
everyone's playing. Like they're not going to tell the developers to stop developing for PS4, like standard PS4. They're doing it alongside. So there's going to be PS4 standard and then PS4 upgraded version if you want to add additional like polygon count, or if you're going to be adding
Like the
more
3D.
resolution or higher frame rate. Those are things that you can do with the PS4, but the base game is always going to be the same. And multiplayer is always going to be the same experience either way, except it's just going to look and perform a little better on the newer version of the console. Um, and it's really interesting because this is the first time we're seeing this kind of like large mid-generation gap.
It's not even. Can we even call this a mid-generation? It's only what PS4 and
2
Xbox One.
years.
Yeah, that's what's the
2
longevity of
years.
a what's the
Standard
longevity?
is 7 to 9.
7 and 9. All right, let's just go. Let's meet in the middle and say 8.
Okay.
We're still 2 years off from a mid console. PS4 Slim, it came out after what? After Sony realized that they just fucking shot themselves in the fucking face.
Usually they follow the same protocol every year or every generation. They produce one, then they produce a smaller one about 4 years later. So what we should be seeing at E3 is a smaller version, not an upgraded version. But either way, they come out with a newer version of it that's more,
It's a stronger
sound.
machine, yes. It's like,
Yeah, like it was the thing with the old system. Remember how the old system came in that big body and then it got condensed down,
Fat boy
and then they
body.
realized that the fan wasn't as good, so then they made a different version or whatever. Like they just keep kind of making it smaller and making it more improved. Although they really don't need to with this one, considering that the Xbox is still it's a giant.
A
It's
microwave.
the fucking PS4.
But I mean,
I
like,
don't want to put it on above it.
yeah.
Put the Xbox on top of the PS4. I think I'm gonna smash it.
Jesus.
Yeah, right. I think I'm wondering with this kind of shift, if our next console, like what Microsoft is doing with their Xbox program, they're making it a service more so than just a console.
Oh.
And I think it's a really smart
Like
move on their
Netflix.
part. And I'm wondering if that's going to be the new norm because there's like the Steam machines, for example, are a good example of this, where they kind of made PCs that were also kind of like consoles.
Yeah.
They are consoles.
Yeah.
Right. And so I'm
Machines
wondering.
like the Alienware box.
Yeah, I remember that shit. Remember
Yeah.
that?
Well, that's why the Sony guys have been saying that he thinks that PS4 will be the last console they make, because I assume what they'll end up doing is they'll make some like, I don't know, some BS excuse to call it a PlayStation again, and then make like a cloud service. PlayStation, you know what I mean?
Subscription-based gaming, right?
Yeah, making it like a
I hate that
Netflix
shit.
thing, but just calling it PlayStation and not PlayStation 4 or 5 or whatever.
Yeah. But that would cut into that side of their business. Like, like this comes back to this again. Like, but now I'm thinking of another thing. The generation that's coming up now is grown into this technology, are used to reading about a lot of the advances in technology like it's nothing. So
Right.
this will definitely affect it. I mean, like for us, it'll always be a little bit progressively, different because we grew up in the generation of of all the consoles just booming up and becoming what it is today. But these newer kids are going to have all this, and they're going to understand computers. They're going to understand upgrades. They're going to know this, and that. They're going to know more than we do, and we're going to be like,
Mhm.
when did we become old?
There's a lot of kids that they really got a grasp on phones, but when it comes to computers, though, they're still ignorant. I mean, I think we're going to see a lot of that still.
Okay.
it's one of those things that I mean I that's just from seeing my cousin who's in college and seeing my younger cousins and my brothers. Like my brothers are
Mhm.
like 6 years old and 5 years old, so I'm watching how they're growing up
Yeah.
and how different it is than how it was for me when I grew up. Because I mean it's crazy. They got a Wii, like they're on iPads and like one of these kids, man, he was a little shit. He unlocked my grandma's phone and started downloading shit on there. I was like, hey,
Damn.
Shit.
you're like 5 years old. How the hell are you doing that?
Yeah.
He's like, man, I wanted to see the stars. Look. And I'm like, damn.
What?
I didn't even know this app existed. Yeah, you can like hold it up to the sky or something and see the
Hmm.
stars. It's pretty cool. But this kid knew it. I was like, how the hell you know this
Right.
already?
And I'm really hoping with the next generation, as much as I would love to just have like another just PS5 or Xbox
Mhm.
2, um,
Xbox
yeah,
Xbox.
I really hope in a way that they do something that's a hybrid between them or even further. So the next PlayStation, for example, could be something that was like it was
So
a
like
console, but
X-Station.
the next station, it could play previous generation PlayStation games, but the new generation as well. Of course, backwards compatibility is something that I'm going to continue striving for because I think it's really important. But
Yes.
but something that will allow you to also play PC games. Like if they find a way to allow you to be able to play PC games and these PS4 games, like
I
your
know
options.
it's a
That-
realistic thing to expect from where we're going, but
Yeah.
dude, think about it. Think about all the user-created content that's on a PC game as opposed to an Xbox or a PlayStation. You can't do that. Unfortunately, it is
That would be
way
so
too
dope.
It's
complex.
all the mods.
It really would, though.
I know,
I'm
man.
playing Ark
Yeah.
on the PC right now, and I have it on the Xbox One, and I was playing it on Xbox One for months and hours, and I started playing it on the PC finally. And the user-created content on that just made it so much more fun again. Like, just to go back to that and do it in a new way. I mean, it's insane though, trying to do that, and to say like a console could get away with something like that. Our hard drives would end up having to be like 5 terabytes each.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no.
Without
Well,
a
Amount of
question.
user-created
Yeah.
content that would be put out.
And I still feel like there's a way to allow them to be able to do that because I mean it exists on PC and people still play on PC. They still play with each other on PC. It's
Yeah,
just
but they kind of like crack into the game and do that. It's
they
not
do it
like
illegally.
I mean not always though. With
not always illegally, yeah.
Yeah.
But it is definitely something that they're like, hey, look, this is the file where you put all the stuff into, and then you can add stuff to the game.
Yeah.
Like, Grand Theft Auto has like, I think there's a mod where it's like the Iron Man mod.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw
How you
that.
get all the other DLC or the user-created content into the
Yeah.
game. So it's one of those things where it's like, they had to do stuff to get it in there, just like the fucking hot coffee mods and stuff like that. You had
Right.
to do stuff to get to that,
True. And
So,
and one of the things I wanted to get us to, we're not going to be able to get through everything that's on this agenda. We might save some of this for the next one, but what do you guys think about the Sony and Sucker Punch inspired Spider-Man game?
I can't comment. I didn't
really?
but I'm gonna turn it over to Dream because he.
No. I don't know. I didn't read it. I was driving when Dave.
Yeah, can you
Dave
feel?
put the thing in the Facebook, so you fill us in.
Yeah, you were pissed though.
Listen, please,
Yeah,
'cause
you were
I'm not
pissed.
up.
Okay, so we're gonna move right on to that. So, pure PlayStation. So there's a rumor. It's not confirmed. I haven't heard anything pertaining to anything else on it, but
Mhm.
Sony, which makes sense because Sony, I believe, owns Spider-Man,
Yes, I did.
Yes.
is working on a Spider-Man PS4 game using the developer Sucker Punch. So, people at home understand and know that Sucker Punch is involved and responsible for Sly Cooper and Infamous. Infamous.
Oh my God, yes, I loved Infamous. Second Son. Ah,
Oh, good.
still. Remember
I
that?
really enjoyed that game.
It was great until your second playthrough, and it was like,
Yes, Jay.
Wait, you played that game twice?
I did, because I did, I was the
can
good
do
guy the
that?
first time, and then I wanted to be evil and just fuck shit up the second time. But like
I
all
did
the
too,
whole, I was like, I really don't care about this side mission. Yeah, alright.
Yeah.
Well,
you
yeah,
guys
second
have
time
that-
you're not going to want to do all that. Of course
Yeah.
not.
But do you guys ever have that moral headache? Like, I want to be evil, but you can't. You'll feel bad in a
Yep.
game. It's
Hell
fucking
no.
weird.
I never had
KOTOR.
that shit.
KOTOR did that to me all the time. I was
God!
like, man, I want to be evil, but this is some stupid ass logic. No.
Seriously, no. And it's great that you bring up KOTOR. Oh my goodness, that game was stupid, especially in the second one. No matter what you fucking chose, you were fucked. Oh,
You're a dick.
That's
You
why
look
Mass
like a
Effect 2, when it was interrogation time, I whooped his ass.
Good shit.
I whooped his ass.
speaking of which,
Andromeda? Push back another year. Yeah.
shut up.
Wait, did
But,
it actually get pushed back another year?
did it?
Well, what to 17, right? It wasn't this. When is they were saying at one point they were thinking about this year, but I know it's
No, that was never confirmed though.
whatever.
It's probably coming in 2017.
Yeah, I thought that was the original like idea, or at least like ballpark estimate of when it was going to come out, like 2017.
Mm-hmm.
But I you bring up Mass Effect, and all I can remember is just so it's like a Western RPG done very, very correctly.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's great. There's
Jade
nothing.
Empire. Pretty much BioWare is just the only company from America that does it right. I mean, I can't think of very many that do it right other than them.
BioWare's on top of their game. Come on, man. Like,
Yeah,
God, there's so many
they're
games.
clutch. They're very clutch. I'm excited for the next one, man. I'm very
like,
excited for the next
I
one.
remember we were speaking to Doug Cockle about just about how he enjoyed, like his work on The Witcher and how he was happy about it. Like, come on, that was disgusting awesome, dude. That was
It's so
ridiculous.
sick.
That was fucking aces, dude.
And I'm hoping that this Spider-Man game is gonna be dope
Going back
because
to that. So, I completely forgot that. Anyways. But wouldn't you rather have somebody like Rocksteady making it?
No,
yes,
I
no.
like
I
Sucker
mean-
Punch. If
Yeah, I
Sucker
think,
Punch for Spider-Man though. I just don't think that they do melee combat right.
I think they do it pretty well, but they didn't want to do something that was making the character move in a way that was a little bit less grounded.
he's Spider-Man. That's what we got to come back to. He's aerial. His dynamics are
Mhm.
even in movies, like different iterations of him. In comic books, he does a lot of aerial fights. Like he fight melee wise,
Yeah.
but his web shooters are his one of his biggest strengths. How he uses it. He's intelligent.
There's a lot of similarities
Do that
between that and Infamous, like the climbing, the traversal, the like shooting out the powers, like the way that they figured all that out was really well done. I agree that melee combat isn't as strong as something like Rocksteady's, but their like powers that they use are.
Yeah, they do a good job with powers.
And like with the
It'll be
climbing, for
interesting.
example, they do a really, really good job with their climbing mechanics. And I'm pretty sure if they had,
You don't like it? I loved it in Infamous. I'm sorry.
yeah, I do too.
I think it's a little too slippery, but for what the game is and what they were going for, it works. It's just if they use that mechanic with Spider-Man, I feel like it might be a little bit.
I don't think.
I
I don't
think
think.
there would be- yeah, go ahead, Chris.
I think they're gonna clean it up. It's Spider-Man. Sony's not gonna just come to Sucker Punch and be like, "Oh, do whatever you want." So
I don't know.
those-
They could.
No, but
They
the-
easily could. It's their.
it's their IP, yeah. And
yeah.
I mean, like it's true. I mean, like they can or they can't. But Sony, even when they work on movies, they've micromanaged a lot of things, and it's been shown up into a lot of their Sony Picture Productions. Like how there was interviews that what's his name? Andrew Garfield said that they were very controlling in some aspects of the way Spider-Man was portrayed. I mean, I know it's a movie, but I mean, like if they give half the attention that they gave to the supposed Spider-Man game that they gave to one of the movies, it's going to be under a microscope, and they would clean up a lot of their, like you said, their slipping mechanics and everything, maybe.
It's just for me coming from somebody who understands that
Cutting out a little bit.
years ago, I wouldn't have been able to tell you this from this perspective, but I work for an international company, and I could tell you that the higher ups just don't care as long as it gets done.
Oh shit!
And they do it in a way where it's like, look, we have Spider-Man coming into fruition with the rest of Marvel, and they're going to basically be doing the IP for the movie side, and we have our guys that are also in doing Infamous. I mean, as it's one of their biggest titles and one of their most influential titles as far as like graphics and art style and whatnot. They have them, so it's like one of those things where there's the people that have the IP that have full control over that. They probably just don't care. And as much as we want to sit here and say that like Sony's going to be meticulous with this whole thing, I think they're just going to hand it off to Sucker Punch and see what they can come up with.
Really? Well,
I mean, you think about it, it's just it's a lot of money on the table, so you have your best people on it. The only other people that could have done it other than them are the God of War people, and are they really going to do it? It's not their type of scene. Like, that's too goody-goody for them, you know what I mean? They need some edge, like a Punisher, they might do something like that.
Ooh,
That's cool.
They would never do a
Punisher.
Spider-Man.
Oh my
I
god.
just mean from a perspective of,
Well,
the
yes.
grittiness. The grittiness. You need
But
that.
you were giving us perspective into that, like how that is, and you could be right. You probably
I
are
could be
right.
totally wrong. I could be totally wrong, but I just, from a perspective of knowing corporate,
Which is great.
How they work.
No, it's great to have that insight into it, especially since I could be like, oh yeah, they'll be under a microscope. It comes out, it's completely trash, and I'll sit here like, what the fuck?
It's easy to say. It's a 50-50 for everything, though. You know what I mean? It's so early to talk about this kind of stuff. So, but it is interesting. Very interesting.
No, I find that.
I mean, I guess that goes with almost any of the products that have been put out that we think should be great. You have such a rubric for things, and it comes out like garbage. You're like, well, didn't you have somebody around the clock like telling you this is what you need to do? This doesn't sound right, but it still comes out pretty ass. Like I said, the last Airbender, ass.
Oh my god.
You had seasons worth of blueprints, and you doing shit like changing pronunciation of names.
Very booty, man.
So,
It was like going into a movie theater and just getting farted on.
For like a solid 2 hours.
Yeah, just a straight continuous stream of fart.
Alright.
And it's all wet and like high pitched, so it's right in the back of your ear. Like, yeah.
And so that's just kind of to prove your point. Like at the end of the day, it's about what makes the money. So if there's a shortcut that they can take,
That shit don't make no money.
well, that didn't know.
No.
And you worry about stuff like that because of companies like Fox. Look what they did with Fantastic Four and that abortion of a fucking movie.
God.
You know what I mean? And the only reason why they did that shit is because they needed to, or else they were going to lose the license and it was going to go right back to Marvel. Like, they have the rights to that as long as they make movies for it. So they made that garbage just because they had to.
And honestly, it was upsetting because I know most of us are comic book fans. Like, I mean, you read all these beautiful pages, and you imagine them, and you're like, oh, imagine how it'll be in a movie, and then you get that fucked up movie coming up.
Batman vs Superman.
Stop! I haven't seen it. Please don't spoil it.
I don't even know if I want to, man.
Oh,
It's not a bad movie.
Except for what I would say is I heard that some fundamental things about Batman were lost.
Yes.
Okay. Let's think of it this way. The theatrical release was under scrutiny a lot of for certain things in the movie. Now, if the DVD is going to be obviously unedited on like all that, it says it's going to add an extra 30 to 45 extra minutes of additional footage.
And
That's a
apparently-
different fucking movie. They said it was going to have like the same thing with like what's that movie? It was like a King, The Last Castle or some bullshit like that, or.
Yeah, and Suicide Squad takes place before. So apparently something happens in between that and this movie where it's like shit just got crazy. But they don't tell you.
Suicide Squad looks like it's going to be great.
Suicide Squad looks like it's going to be interesting. But I will say this. Fuck you, DC, for your stupid ass Margaret Robbie Harley Quinn, because that is not Harley Quinn. I don't care what anybody says. She looked like Harley, but she sure as shit don't sound like Harley.
She looking good though.
But that's like any cosplayer. They could have gotten like some chick that sounded like, Barry Manilow and looked like her, and it would have been just as good.
Well, here's the thing though, like
Barry Manilow. What
every
the
Batman has sounded every
Yeah,
Batman has sounded vastly different than the other. So if we're basing it off of that,
It's true. I mean, we can't. I haven't seen it,
But
but
there's-
I'm like, Well, no one's seen it actually. The movie's not done yet. What am I thinking? But I mean, like,
I've seen it.
voice it. Shut up.
But let me just say real quick, because Harley Quinn, right? Harley Quinn has always had that hard New York, New Jersey accent, right? And just like the makeup is part of her character, the voice is part of her character.
Okay.
And that's the same thing with the Joker. That laugh is the Joker. You don't get by without doing that laugh. You know
But
what
I mean, Heath Ledger's Joker was vastly different than every
And
other
it- but
Joker.
But did it have the clown makeup? Did it have the
Of course,
laugh?
it had the clown makeup,
Did
but
it
it's
have the
different. It was done in a very different way.
It was in a dark setting. It was a grittier setting. It was a dark.
But he did the laugh. Did he not do
He
the
did
laugh?
one laugh at
He
the
did
end.
a laugh, but it wasn't like.
Hey, all I need is once, goddammit.
Or
That's
Mark
what I'm
Hamill.
saying.
was a
That's all I
it
need
was-
is any one time. That's
But it
It
was-
wasn't the same. It wasn't the same at all.
It wasn't. It wasn't the Joker laugh. It was a
No, wait, he did have another one. He was like, like he did do like a
He
different
did
one, but
do
it was
like the real laugh.
No, at
it's
the end
so-
is what you're thinking about when he's hanging off the building.
Yeah.
Trust me. Yeah, like he was just like, we're destined to do this for
Yeah, that
a little
crazy
acting
shit.
time. And
Yeah.
he's like, but it was not like Mark Hamill's
wasn't.
laughter. It wasn't
Mark
like
Hamill's is the best.
It is. I agree.
Mark Hamill is the best. He's been with us in so many things, so many cartoons.
So
I
good.
know he's such
So
a good.
good.
I can't wait. But
Luke
there's
Cage.
different. I mean, even with the newer comic renditions of Harley, I mean, she's coming up and out of that makeup. It's been seen. In the New 52, that happens a lot. She's been portrayed as a different kind of
Mm-hmm.
villain. She's not really.
Mhm.
She's more like an anti-hero now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen that. I saw the Suicide Squad movie. I don't remember what the name of it was, but the cartoon one. DC
Yeah.
does some really good cartoon movies.
Fuck
It's
yeah!
kind of crazy. It's like Marvel does the live action stuff a little bit better, and DC does the cartoon stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's actually like worth watching. It's crazy.
It's on Netflix, by the way. Not the
Yeah.
Suicide one. Assault on Arkham. There we go.
Yeah, I think HBO has all of them. If you have HBO, that is. Most people don't,
Yeah.
but but they have all the cartoon ones on there.
Netflix has Son of
Son of a
Batman.
bitch.
The best one, the one that you should see more than anything, is The Dark Knight Returns. That is about the best comic and the best cartoon I think I've ever watched. Period.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. And on that note, man, there's so much to talk about, but we're obviously not going to talk about all this because there's just too much. In terms of, I guess, any last words, because we're gonna have to save the rest of this for the next podcast. There's no way. In terms of any last words, I don't know if you guys were able to see anything that came out of PAX East 2016 in regards to news, but this is a question for everybody. Is there anything that came out of the show that you were just like, oh wow, okay, yeah, like
Lawbreakers.
Yeah. So
Oh
did you?
yeah, because I did.
That game was fucking intense. Dude, I was like sitting there. I was like, holy fuck.
And it's funny because I almost forgot about that game because the first little
Trailer.
the trailer, if you want to call it that, came out it was sometime last year.
It was man. You know how I feel about trailers, but go ahead.
And so like when I hopped on YouTube and it was like, yeah, gameplay trailer. Like, wait a minute, Lawbreaker. Why does that sound familiar? Oh shit.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of old shit going on.
Yeah. Oh, dude, if you were at PAX, you walked past that fucking booth 1,000 times.
I sure did.
Dude, did you see some of these players are unbelievable. The knifing animation. Oh my god.
So smooth.
And then once we get the VR going,
Wait, is that VR compatible?
I think so.
I'm just dreaming big, baby. I'm just dreaming big.
Yeah,
No,
that's
it might be. I wouldn't be surprised now. Oh, I tried the Oculus finally.
Nice.
And
I scared the shit out of myself.
yeah,
I was playing some fucking horror game. No, I was playing a horror game.
nah, I'm not doing that. Mm-mm.
I am. I'm a huge
It ain't
horror
happening.
junkie. I
It
fucking
ain't
love horror
happening.
games.
You can't get me into it.
No,
No.
I ain't trying to play horror games as it is. Shit.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's a whole new level of no.
Outlast 2!
Fuck no.
Outlast 2!
Fuck, man. I didn't play it yet. I wanted to, but the line was just always capped every time I
walked
try to
in.
go over there, and I don't have the same kind of gravitas as some of the other bigger YouTubers or streamers. So like I couldn't just be like, yo, I'm fucking Black Only Wiggins, let me in, bitch. Like it don't work that way.
That's what you
Want to know
do.
something funny? Want to know something
Put your
funny?
pants down.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. swinging around.
Swinging around, slap someone in the face with it.
Yeah.
But I forgot that there was a line, and I just kind of walked in, and like the guy was like, "Oh, you're next." I'm like, "Yeah." And then
Well, I guess so.
I didn't
Wait.
fucking know there was a line.
Hey man, if you look like you
You
belong,
got
nobody
to play it?
questions it.
Yeah, Will, it was.
Outlast?
I walked in, legit. That booth was fucking like. I saw a line next to it, and I saw two lines, and there was like another game on right next to it, and I was just kind of like, "Oh shit, a tent with glowing lights," and it says Outlast on it. I'm like, "All right,
Well, how was it?
scary as fuck."
I could.
Oh.
Yeah, well, okay. Let me paint the picture for you guys.
Oh god.
All right,
No,
you're in
I
that.
don't wanna- I don't know if I want to know the picture.
Okay. Don't worry, you won't piss your pants.
So we
But,
put a disclaimer on this. Bags needed.
If you
There
get
was-
scared easily.
Will know there was a tent where it was just dark and there was like a green light coming out of it. The immersion was just unreal. What they did right with the first one, they passed it over and they improved on it, in my opinion. Very seldom do I jump in horror games anymore. I at least had like a good 3-4 jumps in this. It was the ambiance was a lot thicker than it was in the first Outlast. This looks more of a survival run than anything. Just like.
Oh my
Ain't
god.
happening with me. Ain't happening with me.
No, one day.
I don't. I usually don't jump, but man.
Dude,
Yo,
one day.
Chris, we got to play that together.
Yeah, we do.
Uh,
VR and everything, dude.
Fuck, man.
Oh,
that made me
hell.
just reminded me that we got to be doing the alien stuff, man. Aliens
Yeah.
gonna be fucking.
Oh,
Yeah,
is that the new?
you gotta start uploading some of that stuff.
Is that the Alien Isolation? I think it's called.
Yeah.
By the
Well,
way, it's on
not
Flash.
gonna- It's not gonna. Oh, nice. It's not gonna have VR though. I talked to one of the developers there, and they were just like, it's they're not gonna do the VR thing because one, like, it's people will probably die.
Oh
Oh.
my god.
I mean, not literally in a sense, but like it's just gonna be too
No,
much.
they're gonna
Plus-
die. Play it. These should be
Oh, God, to
banned.
play it. Nah, I see what you did
I
there.
want a virtual reality like that. I mean, PT was my saving grace for an immersive.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah, fuck,
I like
yeah.
these
I'm with
words.
him. Fuck that shit.
Fuck you guys!
PT.
Come on, let's
I mean,
just
no,
get one
I
day.
played it. I played it. I mean, I'm saying I beat it. I think. I mean, I don't know. I didn't get all the
I
shit.
didn't beat
I
it.
played it for about 2 hours.
Yeah.
I probably
Played it
played
for
when I
about
first
25
downloaded it.
minutes.
I
Put the
downloaded
middle
it
finger
at
up to
night.
that shit.
Downloaded it at night, and then I opened it up and I saw how real that ropes look. I was like, nah, we gonna play you with the
For real though, yo,
Right.
maybe, yo, I'm eating right. So I'm eating like I don't know. I'm eating some ice cream or something, right? And then I open up the door, and then the fucking baby's in the sink, and I'm like, yo, I don't even want to eat this shit. After that, it was like when you get drunk and then you throw it up, and then you don't want to drink that stuff ever again. It was
Yeah.
the same shit with the ice cream because of the baby. Every time I eat the ice cream, I'm seeing that little deformed ass baby in the sink.
Oh man, that's brutal.
Yeah, man.
It's not cool, man. It's not cool.
I love horror immersion, and it needs to become better. And VR is going to take horror immersion to the next absolute
Man,
top
you can
level.
have that shit.
You gonna
For real.
play with me? I don't even know. We're gonna have a section called Jamal and Chris fucking play.
No, you're not, because I don't
Yeah,
know no
Jamal and
motherfucking
Chris.
Jamal.
Yeah.
Once you
It's
get him
Jamal
saying
and
that
Chris.
shit, Jamel
Never
got it
know.
now. I had to go in there and whip some ass.
Don't play horror games with me.
Shit.
Come on.
No,
Swear to me.
games allowed.
Oh, God.
Come
I get a
on.
lot of fucks and shit. And oh my god. And I
Fuck
gotta
this,
go
I'm
check
done.
myself. I'll be right back.
Yo, I would love to record that. Just me and Jamal just playing that game. Come on. Come on.
No, because the wrong thing, like,
In
I
the
could
dark.
deal with horror. If Outlast was one of the games where it was just like that, but instead of a fucking video camera, you had a gun, it'd be a completely different story.
For real,
Yeah, but
though.
everyone feels powerful with a
For real,
gun.
though.
Well,
You know, it don't even have to be a good gun. Give me a little pistolero or something.
Yeah,
Give me
not
something.
Not even that.
Pistol, a gun is a gun.
Well, okay.
Someone in the
Shit,
face.
give me a
Someone
90.
do it
Give me
again.
something.
Huh, I see you coming to kill me. What am I doing that shit?
I see him. Oh my god. I see him.
But imagine that though.
But I
like,
can't do anything.
And then when I'm trying to take a shower, I gotta leave all the doors open and shit. And I'm gonna have my curtains all the way up and scrunched up because I gotta make sure everybody coming in there while I'm doing my thing. I ain't got time for that. I like living okay.
How about you, Will?
How about me in terms of Outlast?
No, no, no. In terms of what did you take away from PAX East?
Oh, right. Um, it's gonna be a cross up between We the Happy Few as being like my highlight, like most interesting thing. It'll be that. It'll be uh, Metronomica. I think that was a game that I got a chance to play that was really interesting. And it's funny, the other two games are hybrids of different types of games. I got to see a lot of stuff. I went to the indie booth, and it was honestly like this show was so fucking good. There were so many good games to try out and see, and there were so many that I wanted to get a chance to play and see. Like Shadow Warrior 2, I really wanted to play that. Like they had an amazing, beautiful booth set up for that. It was all Japanese architecture themed and cherry blossoms, and it was phenomenal what they did with that booth.
Yeah,
I got to give them so much credit.
Right next to the T-Rex.
Yeah, it was right near the T-Rex. Overwatch was there, but the beta's coming out for that very shortly, so I'm not really too concerned with trying to get my hands on that.
Did you play Battleborn?
I did not play Battleborn, but I did see people playing it. It looks fun. It looks awesome.
I like it a lot.
Lawbreakers again looks incredible.
Oh my god, yeah.
And I think the other game, so Metronomica is a game that was a hybrid between a rhythm-based game and an RPG.
Oh.
So I'll just say it really quickly because we're about to close the podcast out. But there was like 4 tracks, 4 characters. I mean, it's all the same song, but they're different kind of things that happen when you switch between them. Mm-hmm. And each of them have abilities that you can set. You can preset what their abilities are if you get through a string of music for that section. So like you can do level 2 or level 3 spells if you do really well in these zones, and then they'll do that spell or that ability. So it was actually really, really interesting what they did with that. And there was another game. I'm trying to look for the name of the. I have so many fucking cards here. The name of the game, but it was essentially it was a cross between a cooking game.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like no. It was a matching. It was like a gem matching game essentially. Mm-hmm. So when you're actually in the act of cooking, you like have to go grab ingredients. It was kind of like Chopped. It was like Chopped, but as like a gem color matching game, like Candy Crush essentially.
Oh god.
But to get more ingredients, you had to go out and hunt.
Okay.
And so it became a 2D platformer where you were like doing combos and shit and like fucking shit up.
That's ridiculous. That's awesome.
Sounds
really
like Cooking Mama on acid.
What do you say?
I said it sounds like Cooking Mama on acid.
Yeah, basically.
I misheard that. I said I'm not going to put my dick in acid, so.
I wouldn't do that.
Someone around here has to.
I wouldn't do it. Definitely wouldn't be me.
Man, fuck you!
It'll be Jamil.
On that note, guys, thank you so much again for joining us on this podcast. These are always fun to do, and I'm always appreciative of anytime people are coming out to show some love and also contribute to the conversation. And again, I want people to know at home how they can reach everyone. So please, let's starting with Itsioru moving from left to right. Give people the information that they need to do that. And also, before we do that, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Glasswire. They're software that is dedicated to help you figure out your network, keep track of how you're allocating bandwidth, and it also has a firewall. So you can go to glasswire.com, check that out yourself, and you can see directly like how it's going to impact you and how it's going to help you out. It's free. You can upgrade to like a new version if you want to, but it's only PC. If it's something that interests you, go ahead, go to the website. I think there is an affiliate link, but I don't remember what it is off the top of my head right now. But how can people go find your stuff?
Follow me on Instagram and Tumblr under the name Itsyoru, ITSYORU, and then you can follow me on Twitter now, Chris CHRIS _ Lazcano LAZCANO, and check me out. I'll be posting some random ass shit, but yeah, have fun and keep gaming on, guys.
Right on. What about you, Murder in the Third?
Oh, I'm next. Okay.
How's it show up on your screen? That's all right.
It shows up Jamal's next, and then
Jamal.
you, then me. Jamal, what did I say? Jamal.
Wrong.
Don't worry, Jamal. I got you.
I said Jamal. My bad. Anyway, yeah. So Murder in the Third, and anywhere where you can find bastardized accounts, like I just bastardized his name. Nah, yeah, that's it. YouTube/Murder in the Third, or I think it's the 914 DJ. I don't even know. But yeah, so I'm gonna be definitely doing the collective more than my own account. So you're gonna see me more there than on a personal thing. I've just decided that I want to rebrand a little bit, so that's where I'm gonna go.
Good shit.
There you go.
And Jamal.
Man, shut up! Stop getting
Death
me,
and
right?
dishonor on
Jesus,
you,
it's
your
almost
family,
over.
and your cow.
I'm
Anyway, goddammit. And it's your boy Jamel, Dream Manifested. YouTube / Dream Manifested, and IG, all that stuff. Well, not really Facebook. Y'all need to worry about the face right now. But YouTube, what's the other thing? Twitch. Come follow me. We're gonna play some games. We're gonna rock out. Stay tuned because I'm actually about to upload my first episode of Quantum Break with my face cam.
Uh-oh.
Looking good in the hood. And I'm out.
Right on. And you guys already know where to go. If you see us on a Black Only Collective, just know to go to youtube.com/jblaze06 to see my specific content, twitch.tv/Black Only, and then for all the other social media, just go to blackonly.com. You'll get links to all that. So
All that shit.
all that good shit.
there you go.
And yeah, again, thank you guys so much for coming on. I'm going to hop on another live stream session after this, broadcast stories, Path of Destinies. People at home can get a chance to check that out because a lot of people don't know about it, and I think it's a really interesting game. So
I'm gonna see a playthrough for you and probably jump on that live stream and play The Order finally.
yes,
I wish I could download that, but for some reason they have the Sony store has my address wrong. So every time I put my card information in, it was fine when they had my shit automatic, you know what I'm saying? But now that I said nah, because I may not want to renew because y'all fucked me over. And now that I want to pay for shit every now and again, they're like, nah, your address is wrong.
why should you go on and change your address?
I have.
Oh,
Why don't you log a ticket?
I'm gonna log my foot in some ass.
You should because it's gangbang a pack of those Yeti things, whatever the fuck they're called. I don't remember.
what?
What? I heard gangbang with Jenny.
In the Order. You never seen that?
I haven't even.
I haven't played it. I know I got you,
sorry,
Tom.
spoiled.
I
My
get the reference now.
Yeah.
Where did we go
He's
just
getting
now?
tag teamed by Yetis.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, I spoiled it. My bad. He dies at the end as well.
The Yeti? What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, play The Order. Trust me.
I
great.
have it on the queue. You just killed the game.
Yeah, don't worry, he dies.
Yeah,
Everybody
it's
dies.
totally cool. Yeah, everybody dies. They all get raped.
By the Yeti.
Brutally raped.
Oh, my Yetis.
Yep, by Yetis. All by Yetis.
Anyway, game on. Black Only out.